Does this look as silly to everyone else as it does to me? Oh, that's that indicator in. First time I got him to use that little indicator. Quite happy I got it so right. Put some parallels in. Hold this off the ground a bit. How are you supposed to do it the sodding spindle lock with this in the way? Yes, this definitely shifted. Okay, let's try turning it 90 degrees then. That went a little bit better. And it's really showing how uneven the surface is. There's a definite step there that I can feel. Something weird is going on. Yep, it's lifting. I have no idea why, but it is lifting. Okay, I've been monkeying around with this a bit more. I've got a 20mm one in there at the moment and it's coming out a treat. I was finding with the 10mm one, it was climbing up into the collet. I'm getting nice results. I'm finding that the CDT is working better than the WD-40 was. I'm getting the same trouble I was with burrs with the lathe. Also, I see what Blondie Hats means about a chip pan being decoration on a mill. This has come out very nice considering it's just a rough casting a couple of hours ago. Alright, you join me drilling a hole for the bottom part. The reason I went straight for the big drill was because I actually lost alignment on the block and I needed the bigger drill to make it more obvious when I was coming back in alignment. So that's why that. Ideally, I would have used a smaller drill and stepped up to that size. This is well past the point where the chuck would normally start spinning. I think the reason it's not is because I'm going up in 0.5mm steps on the drill bit. So the drill is only cutting 0.5 millimeter, so the tool pressure is a lot lower. I need to make this hole about 15.95mm. Try and get a press fit this time. This is a 1mm step up, so I'm not confident about it working, but I've got to try. Well, that's been a valuable lesson. You can jump a couple of millimeters with small drill sizes, But with big drills, the tool pressure gets high enough that I have to go in small step by small step rather than jump a lot. Because the high tool pressure, I think, is when the chuck lets go. Alright, raw gauge time. 14.2. 15.6. Yeah, that should do. Alright, let's change out the tool. Oh, that was hot garbage. Oh, I forgot to lock the carriage, didn't I? Tell me the chuck came loose without telling me the chuck came loose. Sorry, I forgot to hit record because I'm an idiot. Rather than hog out all this material on the lathe, I've got it strapped onto the mill so that I can rough it in and then turn the round faces on the lathe. I've marked out the level that I want to go to, and I just tried a 1mm depth of cut, and it did it, but it was, I don't think it was happy about it. I'm running about 750 to 800 RPM. Yep, that's down to the right level, I'd say. Alright, let's take that off and deburr it, see what we got. And that's what we've got. Now to do the same on the other side. Except now I have to be careful to only tap it in on the centre, because that's where most of the support is. Incidentally, you poor guys are listening to this. I'm listening to some Joe Pass. That's what we've got. Now to clean this up a bit. Now to press the bearing in. I'm setting it up like this so I can actually see when the bearing is gone through. There we go. Yeah, didn't really think I'd get away with not reaming it. Annoyingly, this doesn't fit any of my squid sockets. Alright, I'll just zip this extra bit off on the bandsaw. That's one side done. That's how it came out. Now for the other side. Oh, that came out nice. Let's move over to the bench and I'll show you a close-up. This side came out even better, I think. Still looks a bit crusty, but I'll take it. Before I glue it, I'll just give it a good clean. Some isopropyl and a paper towel. Okay, I'm supposed to shake it first. I'll put the cap back on. Alright, it says 24 hours to cure, so I'll leave that for now. Put the cap back on all the chemicals and put them back. Right, these will be the sides of the Scotch Yoke. A bit too long, I believe. They need to be 10 lost names long. Cutting these is a job for Mr. Bandsaw. For this one I also need to bore a hole for a bearing. This should be a 6mm inner diameter. Well, according to my crappy plastic calipers, they roughly are. With an outer diameter of 10. You've seen me do this before, and I'm not moving the camera. That's about got that. I'm getting better at dialing these things in. At least I hope I am. Yeah, there is no way I'm going to speed the lathe up on this one. The speed wobbles from this off-balance thing would be insane. This is the tiniest bore gauge I own. 9.5, 3.5 call it. .91. I'll take that. Put my good calipers away. Incidentally, if you're thinking of getting into this gingery lark, I strongly recommend getting your own set of telescopic bore gauges, because they make boring a lot more measurable. Oh hey, it's just the right length. Now do up the press, aka my vice. Oh hey, that's all 3 pieces done. Now for the tricky part. The book just says drill all 4 holes through the pieces. What's going to be the best way of doing this? These are 5mm holes from memory. I'm only using this as a guide, I'm not actually drilling through it, so that should be okay. I'll be right back. Normally I don't bother with Zamac, but with steel I'm using the cutting fluid in all 3 taps, and I'm going to be backing it off. Incidentally, I've got Granddad's drill press set up for 6mm, and I have my pedestal one set up for 5mm. So I can do the through holes on Granddad's and the tapping holes on the pedestal. I've learnt the hard way not to hold pieces when I'm deburring with this tool. Bolt goes through here. Right, I'm going to clamp this down so that these 2 are aligned and drill through here using this as a guide hole. Then I'm going to move this one out of the way and align these 2 ones and drill through this one. Pretty slick, huh? You would not believe how good it feels when you realise that you finally managed to nail the correct pressure for drilling on the press. This time I'll debur before I tap. Which is a better looking side? This one, I think. To help me put this back together, I'm just going to put some stamps on it. As I was saying, I'm just going to scribe a line to show me which side how these go back together on the back of it, so it won't matter if it this way I know which is the back and how they go together. Alright, I'll be right back. Yes, I'm unbolting and rebolting a lot, but that's because I want all this to be in line. To drill the through hole for this one, I actually had to, because the only way the vise would hold it was like this. So I had to drill halfway through and then flip it over and drill the other side so that I wouldn't drill into the drill vise. Right, that should be it for the deburrer. Right, now for final assembly. Gonna have to cut the ends of those bolts off. Right, just to show you where that will actually go. This will go inside the shaper about here-ish. There will be a pivot at the bottom, and it will go back and forth like this, and this is what will drive the ram back and forth. The slidey block will go in here, and as the wheel goes round, this is what will push it. So that's how that's going to work. That's another big part done.